Hey there, welcome back to Sea Power. Today playing the War of the North Pacific Part 1. The backstory is that a paranoid USSR started World War III all over the globe, and the immediate reaction of the US government is to protect their most valuable assets. You're leaving Pearl Harbor in order to do so, but eventually the plot thickens. And that's all that we know. So, we have the Admiral of the USS Enterprise Battle Group, William McWallace, aka Popeye, on the line. Here is the Admiral speaking. Things are a little messy aboard the Big E today, and one of the things that may ease my temper is your damned arrival. Wow. Go ahead full and watch out very carefully for any enemy threats. You're the first surface action group that leaves Pearl Harbor since the start of the war, so it's potentially still under enemy surveillance. Recon your surroundings for any hostile contact on the surface, as well as above or below it. Okay, we're looking for subs as well. In order to do so, I have also put you in command of the other two escort frigates and Hickam Air Base, whose assets will help you seek and destroy any Russian ship. I believe there is no need to mention that I will personally kick you out of the Navy and make you rot in the sickest prison of South America if you fire at any civilian or commercial plane or vessel. That's a bit much for a briefing, but sure. No more words are necessary, Captain. May God bless you and your men, and may God bless America. Right, so what do we get? We get access to Gallery, Jarrett, and Rogers. We are doing 26 knots in order to get to this North Pacific, I guess, exit point. We got a P3 patrolling, capable of dropping Sonobuoys, and if I want to keep my task force going as fast as it is, and I probably do, otherwise I'll really not end up here in any reasonable amount of time, I'm going to send this P3 out here to start helping out with Sonobuoy dropping. We also got an E3A, which is already active. That's nice. And a Hickam Air Base. What are we getting here? We're getting B-52s. Part of the mods that I have installed give me nuclear weapons. However, I am not intending on using those today. We get F-15s. Let's get a couple of those up and about. We get F-14s on this base? No, sadly not. Okay, air-to-air long range. I don't know how long these guys have to fly. Let's take 2 squadrons of 2. And then, seeing as we're supposedly expecting enemy warships, that means we're going to be expecting enemy incoming missiles, so an EA-6. I also want to get a couple of P-3s on station. Give me one more ASW bird, and how about 2 anti-ships? I'll make it 4. 4 P-3s is enough to fire 16 harpoons, which, depending on exactly how many threats you're looking at, that's capable of, well, just about denting a force. Unless it's an Udaloy, in which case, good luck. Alright, expected time about 11 minutes from now. We'll just start laying some buoys in front of this formation. Remove that waypoint. In case you're wondering, how did you do that? Hold Alt and right-click your Sonobuoy spread, and ta-da! You got your whole spread. I'm going to set them up to intermittent, though. Otherwise, we might find that we're looking everything above the layer, which is great. But a submarine doesn't necessarily adhere to those rules. How fast am I going to get there? 2308. Let's lay this screen manually. So we're gonna deploy some buoys as such. Sea state looks to be very comfortable today, which means it's going to be relatively easy to detect submarines. Of course, I'm saying relatively because you never quite know what you're dealing with, what their speed is, but at least we don't have to worry about tons and tons of waves making lots and lots of noise. I know I tend to lay a lot of Sonobuoys. A lot of Sonobuoys. And here's why. We have a submerged contact. Bearing 154, changing course south. Interesting. Alright, I got backdoor 1, which is over here, dropping more Sonobuoys. And this one was supposed to lay another screen next to it. That's now going to get changed. So these markers that I had put up, I'm going to remove them because that's where the sonar screen ended. I'm glad we caught this thing early. I'm wondering how we got that. Yeah, it had to be a Sonobuoy, but 20 miles out. That's pretty impressive for a Sonobuoy. I still have the mod installed, which gives me the S70s. So that's a bit of an upgrade in firepower, but not as dramatic. That coming off of Gallery as well as Jarrett. The Rogers still has her helicopters aboard, so I still have more S-70Bs in case I need them. Right now, though, I don't think I have a whole lot of them, or a whole lot for them to do. Especially since we're almost out of Sonobuoys. I will vector over both helos. It's going to take them a while to get there. And, yeah, all those blue dots are definitely Sonobuoys. So, my task force over here is in the middle. And I tend to keep a fairly long range circle, like about 10 miles, around it. So I know that that area has to be covered by Sonobuoys at least, to make sure that I'm not running into any torpedoes. As for anything else, there isn't much. We got a couple of aerial contacts, but they're heading away, so I'm not that concerned about them. I will, however, launch yet another P3 with an ASW loadout, because based on how quickly I'm going through Sonobuoys, I'll need more. I will need more. We know it's a hostile sub. It's a Victor 1 or a Victor 2. Okay. They're not that dangerous, not at this range. Nevertheless. Yep, it's a Vic 2. Victor 2s are capable of launching some better weapons relative to some of the older classes. Get a Test 71 for anti-submarine out to 13.5 miles. Thankfully, I don't have submarines. The 65-76 has a range of 27 miles. That is a carrier killer, quite dangerous. Lots of range. And thankfully, we got this guy early, so that's not going to be that much of a deal. He does have a hull-mounted sonar, as all submarines do. He does not, however, have a towed array. And with that, he's weak. He's fragile. He's vulnerable. So what I'm going to do is drop torpedoes on his stern. And that way, make sure that he doesn't know about them. Last time around, I ordered these things to start dropping a torpedo. I think they dropped 3. Which did work out, but I felt it was rather aggressive. Like, why drop 3 torpedoes at something? I mean, yeah, you properly want it dead, sure, but... Hold on. There's another? There's another. Okay, who can I send? This other... S-70. Go. Investigate. I almost missed that. I tend not to look at these logs enough. Here, 7011. I think that's him. There's also 7012. That's faded. Oh, it's a radar contact, so it's not a submarine. At least. Go after him. Just remove that waypoint, will you? You're not gonna drop from 900 feet up, are you? That feels a bit high. Okay, where's that helo at? Here. We're gonna drop one of our improved die-cast buoys. Right there. Okay, preparing for attack. So far, I haven't spotted any Russian surface units yet. But I have been told to be on the lookout for them. So it's possible that we'll see those later. Same for Russian aircraft. I got my F-15 circling here. Voodoo 1 and Voodoo 3. But so far, not much for them to do. Which I don't mind. I do not mind. There's 1 away, 2 away, 3 away. I guess that's new. They just dropped 3 torpedoes. Well... that Victor is gonna have his hands full. That's for sure. There's the shadow of the P3. Can we see him? There's the other torpedoes. He just threw a noisemaker. Makes sense. Depth 289. He's going deep. Unfortunately for you, it looks like at least 2 of my torpedoes have already locked on. Oh, there you are. Good morning. Yeah, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. Hit 1. There's the second torpedo. Second hit. And he's dead. That is a nice, swift action. Well done to the P3 crew. Well done. Alright, now, let's see. What the hell? Another? 7016 and 7015. 7016 is his noisemaker. Alright, fair enough. We've completely lost this guy, which I don't like. Is that other P3 up yet? Backdoor 6, let's go. You're gonna help out here. This backdoor can also get vectored over. The other one's gonna head north. Here. And I'm also gonna send that helicopter over there. Which, I'm sorry for the helicopter crew. I mean, they just flew all this way in order to hunt submarine. Only in order for a P3 to swoop in and get the kill with 2 torpedoes on him. Oh well. It's a team sport, shall we say. It's a team sport. Alright, so what do we know about this one? Not much. Confidence is very low. And, there we go. It's a Charlie 1, a Charlie 2, or Victor 3. They really do not want my surface group out there. I mean, I'm not that big of a threat. I'm 3 ships. It's not that exciting. Were the diecast buoys better? Activated Sonobuoy. Yep. So let's throw a diecast there. Oh, we picked him up briefly. There he is again. Move that marker. What's his current course? Changing. East. Changing south again. Okay, let's go give this guy the good news then. Torpedoes preparing for further attacks. I think they're gonna change course and then throw 3 torps at it, which ought to do the trick. New radar contact 7022, which you have from the E3. Well, you're all the way up there. And they're just an airliner. Alright, not a problem. Not a problem. Oh, we lost him. You're above the layer. Right, that's not helpful. Give me an intermittent diecast. I'm just gonna lay a bit of a spread here, so we can get a very good bearing on him. There he is again. Active return, semi-small. Origin, the Sonobuoys. There's 1, 2. I'm assuming you also threw 3, seeing as that's the new SOP. There's the submarine. Whoa, this is going quick. He's cavitating. Immediately dialed in. The Russians are having a really bad day today with their submarines. 1 hit. Yep, there's the second. 2 hits. Is that him dead? Not yet. Not yet. Okay. I need you to throw a few more of those diecast buoys. Just so we can keep an eye on things. Over here we got the first buoy going into the water. And that means I'm expecting information fairly soon. There you are. Active return, semi-small. Considered hostile. Do we know what it is? No. We got him an active sonar and that's about all we know. It's not a passive buoy. Make this a dive-far. I'm gonna listen in on him. I don't necessarily need to immediately go active, because I already have that information. Oh, we hit the third guy. Or the third torpedo here. This is probably him. He's changing depth. Might be the end of that one. Buoy away. So what are we dealing with here? 3 submarines. Busy days. Information. Nothing yet. You're below the layer.
Roger, turn 0, 0, 0. Roger, turn 0.
Throw another die far.
6. Roger, turn 0.
Looks like at both S-70s preparing for further action.
0, 8, 1.
We only pick him up on the active, not on the passive Sonobuoy here. That's interesting. I mean, we know it's a hostile, so we can immediately engage it. What about the guy here? Yeah, you did. Victor 3, second kill. The mission isn't even that old yet.
Buoy away.
He's doing 10 knots. We should be able to pick him up on the buoy.
Buoy away.
Yes, now we have him on 2 buoys and confidence is growing. Excellent. I don't strictly have to get further information. I already know he's hostile. The thing is just that the more I know about him, the better I know how to kill him. Although 3 torpedoes from these P3s seem to do the trick every single time. Confidence is only 0.14. That's fairly low. Buoy away.
Buoy away.
Except you didn't.
Roger.
Whatever. Throw torps.
7, 7. Roger.
Maybe we can use
0,
the transducer from this helicopter to figure out what that is. Confidence is 0.37. P3 is going to be turning around, preparing to drop from behind. Always a good idea. Less chance of getting detected. Ah, there we go. It's a Charlie 1, a Charlie 2, or a Victor 3. Another Victor 3. Those Victors get about. I mean, not anymore. Because they're doing a fairly piss-poor job at staying alive. But maybe that has to do with some of my torpedoes.
On station.
Okay, P3 coming around. Preparing for another attack. We are down to 5 torpedoes. So we're going to throw another 3, leaving me with 2 torpedoes as, let's say, a spare option. My formation is still within my Sonobuoy net. It's very easy to get distracted and go, okay, yeah, I'm hunting submarines here. And just have all of your attention here and forget about the fact that there might be more submarines there. You never quite know. Range 2.3. Deploy the dipping sonar.
Lower the VDS transducer. Sonar eye. Whip it away.
1, 2, 3. Triple tap. Target 7021. Well, track 7021. Maybe not call it a target just yet. 3rd torpedo in the water. Can we see anything yet?
On
He
station.
has to be close. There he is. He has to be close. And he is indeed. Torpedoes are likely going to active. There we go. Everybody's pinging away. He's already cavitating. He's not sitting around waiting for the torpedoes to catch him. I think this torpedo might not get him, but this one will. That triple tap is ridiculously effective. I normally throw 1 torpedo and then see what it does, but yeah, throwing 3 torpedoes at something makes a heck of a lot more sense. Boom. 1 hit.
7021.
2 hits. Knocked out his propulsion. Is that 3rd torpedo still circling? Yeah, so he does anything and he's going to be toast. Depth 490, speed 1 knot. What? You're now talking Russian at me? He's holding for at 9. Go active.
Transmit active sonar. Sonar eye.
Are we below the layer or above? We're below the layer. He's changing depth. I wouldn't be surprised if this torpedo ends up catching him. Oh, you missed. You got spoofed by a noisemaker. The Victor is coming up to less than 400 feet. That was a fucking great job you did there, Captain. 3 communist submarines, less to worry about. Now this makes clear that we need to harden our ASW patrols all over the base, because Russians may be around it. But now that you've cleared your way, get your ships back with us, and keep being careful with the surroundings. You can exit the scenario at any port, and the next part will be published as part 2. I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to that. It was a good mission. Solid mission. A fairly quick one at that. Just getting rid of 3 submarines. And as long as you diligently throw Sonobuoys out there, you will find these things. There is, of course, sea state that you have to worry about. Sometimes the sea state really works against you. In this case, it worked quite well. It was actually in my favor. And as good as Victor 2 and 3s are, they're just not good enough to hide from a whole wall of Sonobuoys. Anyway, that'll be it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you soon, hopefully, for part 2 of War of the North Pacific when it gets uploaded. If you want to play this for yourself, link down below in the description. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon for more.